3 weeks ago, I set out to try and turn $1,000 into $10,000 reselling used iPhones to try and show that not only does phone flipping as a business work, but that you could get started with as little as $1,000 in capital. We started out just 21 days ago with only $1,000. We are now going into week 4 with over $5,000 in inventory and almost $3,000 in capital.
All right, welcome to week 4 of trying to turn $1,000 into $10,000 reselling iPhones. So this definitely could be the final week of the challenge, and there's a real shot that by the end of the week we hit our $10,000 goal, but it's definitely not a sure thing despite the confidence at the end of the last video. Very fired up, pretty confident we're gonna be able to accomplish this pretty quickly. We do still have another $2,000 in profit worth of phones to buy, and we also have another like $6,000 in phones that we actually have to sell. So by no means is it gonna be easy. We still have some work on our hands, but I think if we play our cards right, we can finish off this week hitting our goal. All right, so we just picked up both of our 13 Pro Maxes from the technician, and we're actually on the way to go pick up 2 more 13 Pro Maxes in perfect condition for $600 each. All right, so we just got back from picking up 2 more iPhone 13 Pro Maxes for $600 each that are honestly both in perfect condition, which means we now have a collection of 13 Pro Maxes, 4 of them total. Hopefully we can start selling some of these. And if we didn't have enough 13 Pro Maxes as it was, we're actually on our way to go pick up a 5th 13 Pro Max, which is a gold one with a cracked screen and a cracked back glass that we're gonna be picking up for $350. First, we just have to make a quick stop to drop off our eBay orders from last week. All right, so we're currently on our way to pick up 2 iPhone 13s. She listed only one of them, but as I always recommend, I asked her if she had any other phones she was looking to sell. Turns out her boyfriend also had another 13, so I'm buying one of them from her, the original one she listed, for $400, and then her boyfriend's has a finicky charging port, so we're gonna be getting that one for $350, which is still a good deal. A lot of the time, finicky charging ports, you can just clean out the charging port and it's fine. So fingers crossed, that's all it is. But worst case, it's 60 bucks and we put a new charging port in it. 2 iPhone 13s for $750 total. All right, so just a quick update on how our eBay sales are going. We did actually just sell this iPhone 11 for $338 on eBay, which I believe leaves us with like $300 after fees, as well as we also got reached out to by one of our buyers who was buying from us last week, who also follows us on eBay, and he offered to buy both of our iPhone 11s as well as the XR for pretty much the asking price, just minus the eBay fees. So I think we sold the XR for $205, as well as both of the iPhone 11s for $280, which, to be clear, this is lower quality stock. That's why the sale price is lower, but more profitable and better deals here. I have also made the executive decision that we're gonna be selling all 4 of our 13 Pro Maxes to one of our local buyers because I did the math and because we get the same amount locally as we would on eBay. So I see no reason not to get our money back as soon as possible on these.
We also picked up this iPhone 12 with a broken screen for only $150, as well as this $250 iPhone 12 that was in perfect condition. All right, so I'm not sure how many of you guys are gonna remember this, but way back, all the way back in week 1, one of the very first phones we bought was a iPhone 13 Pro Max from a girl named Cassandra. Earlier this week, she reached out and asked if I could share my contact information because she had a friend who might be looking to sell his 14 Pro Max. And today he actually sent us a text and we were able to negotiate that we're gonna be picking up his 256 gigabyte iPhone 14 Pro Max for a total of $700. To be honest, I've actually never bought a 14 Pro Max before, and I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna get for it, but we're buying the 14 Pro Max for pretty much what we've been paying for 13 Pro Maxes up until now. So I think we're pretty safe, and I'm pretty confident we'll make a pretty solid amount of profit on this one. We did also just sell our 12 Pro Max 256 GB that we bought earlier this week with a cracked back glass on eBay for $580. We also picked up this absolutely destroyed iPhone 13 for $150 on the way back.
All right, so our inventory is definitely selling a little bit slower than I anticipated this week. So I think if I want to get everything sold this week and I want to be able to hit our goal this week, I'm gonna have to go ahead and lower quite a bit of our prices and lower them a little bit just so that we could be a bit more aggressive with pricing and get these things sold. Not advice I would give, not something I would typically do, but in this unique situation where we're trying to hit $10,000 this week, I think our best option is just to be a bit more aggressive with pricing to try and get these sold as fast as possible. Again, I really want to reiterate this for for anyone who's trying to do this on their own and is actually pursuing this business. Everything will sell on eBay within 2 to 3 weeks at very good prices like the ones I listed them at. We are just uniquely trying to do this very quickly. So the only way we could sell this stuff this quickly is we have to be pretty aggressive with pricing. If you're doing this yourself, sit tight, wait a bit, they'll sell and you'll get the maximum amount of profit per phone. Literally right after I filmed that, we did actually just sell this iPhone 13 128 gigabyte for $615. So at least we don't have to knock down the price on that one. So I just tried listing this 14 Pro Max we bought, and for some reason eBay isn't letting us list the 14 Pro Max. It seems like we need to be a verified seller of some sort to be allowed to sell 14 Pro Maxes, or I guess the newest models on eBay. So I guess we're gonna have to see if one of our local buyers can pick this up from us. Local buyer is purchasing tomorrow for $1,000. So crisis averted, quick $300 profit on the 14 Pro Max.
Thankfully, that aggressive price drop really did make a difference, and the orders started coming through pretty much immediately. And by the following morning, we'd sold all of our inventory, leaving us with $9,883. Also, just a super quick reminder that my full phone flipping course is officially available for purchase. You just have to click the first link in the description if you'd like to learn more. Exactly 1 month, literally to the day after we started this challenge, we are finally on our way to go pick up what should be the final phone of this challenge. We started this challenge exactly a month ago by picking up an iPhone 13 for $475, and it feels only right that we're finishing off this entire series picking up another iPhone 13 for a total of $400. All right, listen, I know I'm probably supposed to like build this up and get emotional or do whatever like YouTuber thing you're supposed to do when you do a challenge like this. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I wouldn't have started this series if I wasn't pretty confident that I could accomplish this. I've been doing this business for a while. I know how it works. I know what's possible. So I'm not gonna build up some fake emotional story on how happy I am that this happened, but what I will do is say that I hope some of you guys are inspired to give this a try, but I hope that being able to start this with such little capital has inspired some of you guys to give this a try, knowing that you don't need that much capital to get started, and that you really can get started with as little as $1,000. I'm not gonna pretend that it's not easier with more money, and it's not a lot harder if you only have $1,000, but the good news is you only need to only have $1,000 one time. Once you build up some funds, this is so much easier and you can make so much more money. I know a lot of you guys have already been giving this a try, and it's been super sick to see all the DMs and the messages of how much money you're making or how it's going. I know I don't reply to all of them, but trust me, I see them. I do my best. Keep them coming. It's super rad to see that you guys are out there actually making money doing this. And I don't intend to stop making these videos anytime soon, so hopefully I get plenty more messages and plenty more stories of how well this has been going for you guys. All right, bear with me. It's a little dark. It gets dark at like 5 now, but we are just pulling in now to pick up what should be the final phone of the challenge. Good, yourself? All right, so exactly a month later, we are currently outside of our buyer's office, about to go sell our final iPhone 13 for a total of $550, which means we're ending off week 4 with a total of $10,000. I will not be seeing you guys next week.